Dear students, welcome to today's class. We were discussing about Unit 2 curriculum, and in that uh, till now we were discussing about the first step of curriculum development, that is educational objective, that is formulation of educational objective. It's not yet finished. We have to complete some more topics in this first step of curriculum development, formulation of educational objective. So we have already discussed about Bloom's taxonomy in the classification of educational objective. So we have already divided into three domains, that is cognitive domain, affective domain, and also psychomotor domain. So hope you all are clear with these domains and the levels of domains also. Like in cognitive domain there are 6 steps, 6 levels. Affective domain there are 5 levels, and in psychomotor domain there are 7 levels. Okay, so these all levels and verbs which can be used, that you have to understand when you are proceeding with the how to formulate the educational objective. So this is an example of how to write the central objectives by following the Bloom's taxonomy. So example is, the topic is nursing management of myocardial infarction. So our topic for this particular central objective writing is nursing management of myocardial infarction. So you have to write the central objective in this manner. By the end of the class, students explain regarding the nursing management of myocardial infarction, appreciate the role of nursing care in the management of myocardial infarction, and perform nursing care as demanded by the patient's condition. So this is a central objective. When you are writing the central objective, you have to understand that these three domains, that is knowledge domain, affective domain, and psychomotor domain, should be included in the central objective, because whenever we are teaching any subject, any topic, you have to give importance for these three domains, because we know that only psychomotor domain or only affective domain or only cognitive domain cannot be given to the student, because we already understood that these three are equally important in teaching learning activity. So as a part of that, when you are observing this particular thing, by the end of the class, because we are predicting that after the class what can happen, that is the objective. Okay, then who, that is a student. Okay, then next comes the first action verb, which is taken from the cognitive domain. Okay, you can see here. So by the end of the class, students explain, that is the action verb which is taken from the cognitive domain of the Bloom's taxonomy, and explain regarding what? Explain regarding the nursing management of myocardial infarction. So that comes in the knowledge aspect of this particular topic. So what the student will be able to do in cognitive domain will be explained regarding nursing management of myocardial infarction. Okay, then next comes the attitude part or the affective domain. So appreciate the role of nursing care in the management of myocardial infarction. So students is understanding what is the importance of nursing care in a patient with myocardial infarction, because doctors are serving, physiotherapists will be serving, so many people are serving for the patient when he is admitted with myocardial infarction. So I am understanding what is the nurse's role, appreciate the role. So that comes the affective part of this particular central objective. Okay, in the management of myocardial infarction. And the third, that is psychomotor domain, that is perform nursing care as demonstrated by the patient's condition. So by this example, you can understand that when you are writing a nursing management myocardial infarction, nursing management of myocardial infarction, and central objective for that, what the teacher expecting is student should be able to explain the topic, They should understand the importance of that topic, and they should be able to do some activities in the care of nursing management of myocardial infarction patient. So these three domains, the knowledge domain, affective domain, and the psychomotor domain, should be included in the central objective of each topic. Okay, hope you all are clear with the central objective, what it is already discussed in the classification. Turn the pages back and see what is the central objective. Okay, so hope you all are clear what we have discussed. So this is the example for one topic, how to write central objective. Okay, so this is the way how you have to write in future also. You have to write in this manner. Next we can see what is the quality of education objective. So whenever you are writing the education objective, you have to see for these qualities. Okay, first of all, it should be relevant. So according to the needs of the learner, it should be relevant. The second one is it should be feasible and achievable. That is, within the allotted time and available resources, it should be feasible and achievable. Okay, it should be able to conduct along with the students. It should be measurable, that is, provision to evaluate the end results. There should be a provision for evaluating the end result. So that means, ഇപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി സെൻട്രൽ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ റിഗാർഡിംഗ് നഴ്സിംഗ് മാനേജ്മെൻറ്റ് ഓഫ് മയോകാർഡിയൽ ഇൻഫാക്ഷൻ. So that particular objective should be measurable or observable. That means when we are asking some question to the student, or whenever I am giving them to write an answer like short essay or short notes or essay, so that is measurable. So when they are writing the examination, I can evaluate whether they are able to explain nursing management of myocardial infarction. So that's why it is measurable. So when they are writing an example essay, I can evaluate. Okay, or when I am asking question, they can, when they during viva voce, I can evaluate or I can measure. Then when they are doing the nursing care of a patient with myocardial infarction, it is measurable. Some mark can be given. That is the measurable. Okay, relevant, feasible, achievable, measurable. The fourth one is observable. That is, able to observe the progress towards the achievement. So before the class, how much knowledge was there for the patient, for the student, and after the class to how far the student improved. So nursing management explanation, before class I am asking question, and after class I am asking question. So it is observable. The change what is happening in the student is observable. Unequivocal. So the action verbs which was given in our list is unequivocal words. Okay, it should not be a more than one meaning. Okay, it should be avoided. The words which gives more than one meaning should be avoided. Then logical, agreeable or reasonable in relation to the teaching learning activities. So logically, in terms of thinking, it should be have a meaning, and it should be agreeable and reasonable. So these are some of the qualities of an educational objective. The next one is criteria for the selection and statement of the objectives. Objectives have to be stated in terms of desired changes in behavior and the area of subject matter through which the behavior is to operate. So every time we have to see that two things, that is, there should be a desired change in behavior in terms of action verb. So നമ്മൾ എഴുതിയ action verb ആണ് desired behavior. അതായത് explain, in that the action which we are expecting is explanation. Okay, describe or appreciate, perform. So these are the desired change in behavior and the area of subject matter through which the behavior is to operate. So after the action verb, we will be writing the area of subject matter. For example, nursing management of myocardial infarction. That is the entire topic or the subject matter on which the student should perform their behavior. Okay, so define myocardial infarction. So action verb is or behavior is define. Subject matter is myocardial infarction. Define education. So in that the action verb will be define, or the behavior the student what we are expecting is define, and education is the subject matter. So two things are important. Student behavior is also should be the, then next one is the subject or subject content area also should be given. That's the first criteria. The second is objectives should be stated in the form which makes them most helpful in selecting the learning experiences and guiding the teaching activity. Okay, objectives should be stated in the form which makes them most helpful in selecting the learning experiences and guiding the teaching activity, because these are the predictions. Okay, in the next step we will be planning the learning experiences. So educational objective, from that we have to derive the teaching learning activity. So it should be related and it should be helpful for planning the teaching learning experiences. The desired changes in behavior should be consistent with the accepted educational objectives. So what is the desired change in behavior should be consistent with the accepted educational objective. That means this topic or objective which we are writing, nursing management of myocardial infarction, that should be related to our educational objective of the course. That is our BSc nursing course objective. It should be related to that. Okay. The objective for the specific objective for the unit or lesson should have a direct contribution to the attainment of overall objective of the curriculum. So every time each topic it should be related to the nursing curriculum. Unit objective should be related to our BSc nursing curriculum. Our course objective, nursing education or child health nursing objective should be related to the entire curriculum. So we have to connect in terms of whether we are meeting our educational objective of the entire curriculum. So that we have to see. Objectives selected should be worthwhile, contributing both to social needs and social changes. So objective should be selected should be worthwhile, contributing both to social needs and social changes. Okay, so we have to remember that all things which we are discussing or objectives we are discussing, everything should be according to the social needs and social changes. So surrounding environment, we have to see whether our objectives are really needed for the society and the community. The objectives should consider the needs, ability and level of the students. Okay, the objectives should consider the needs, ability and level of the students. The objectives of each course, unit, topic and lesson should contribute to the continued and total development of the students. So each course, unit, topic, everything should be for the entire development of the student, that we have to see. Objectives should be easily accepted and understood by the teacher and learner. So whenever we are reading the objective, it should be clearly understood by the teacher and also to the student. What the student should perform, the teacher should understand, and also what is expected from the student, that student should understand. So for both of them, it should be clear. Objectives have to be stated by making it possible to maintain continuity, sequence, correlation and integration of the learning activity. So objectives have to be stated by making it possible. There should be continuity, there should be sequence, there should be correlation and integration of the learning activity. So from one topic to another topic, there should be continuity, there should be some integration between the topics and there should be some relation between these topics. So that is the another guideline which is to be kept in mind when we are preparing the educational objective. Objectives should be cooperatively planned and developed by all teachers and by the teacher and student wherever and whenever possible. So whenever we are writing any objective, especially when we are preparing the curriculum as a whole, There should be relations between the teachers. There should be agreement between the teachers. And also, whenever it is needed, we can discuss openly with the students also. Like this objective, whether it is appropriate for you or it is okay for you. That can be discussed with the student also. So there should be a cooperation between the teachers and the student. Okay. Objectives are so worded that each statement contains only a single objective. So, whenever we are writing any topic, like the entire topic, central objective or the specific objective, when we are writing, there should be a clarity, that is, a single topic should be written in a particular objective. Okay, central objective for a topic, specific objective for a subheading. So that should be focused. So only one subject area in one objective and in one behavior in one objective. So subject area and behavior should be one in a particular objective. That should be kept in mind. Objectives should not be too detailed. So many contents. Like when you are writing central objective, write down, explain regarding the definition, etiology, clinical manifestations and nursing management of myocardial infarction. It is not needed. Our entire topic can be written. That is, a single word is enough. Nursing management of myocardial infarction. In this, everything will be coming. So that is, objective should not be too detailed. Like subheadings is not needed in central objective, and in specific objective also you should not write define etiology, pathophysiology, etc. for the particular topic. It's not needed. Like too detailing is not needed. Then while planning objectives, the scheme of evaluation may have to be planned and developed. So whenever we are preparing the objective, we have to understand that, like, it should be measurable, it should be observable. So how to observe, how to measure that objective at the end of the teaching learning activity, how far it is attained. The evaluation measure also should be kept in mind when we are preparing the objective. So ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ് എഴുതുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഭാവിയിൽ അത് ഇവാലുവേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളതിനെ പറ്റിയൊരു ക്ലാരിറ്റി വേണം. So that is about the educational objectives. Okay, so criteria for the selection and statement of the objective. Objectives have to be stated in terms of desired change in behavior and the area of subject matter. The second one, we have to have a proper plan that based on this we are preparing the teaching learning experiences. And the next one, we have to have a proper idea regarding what desired change is needed in each objective. And another one is unit lesson. Everything should be contributed into the entire objective of curriculum, and it should be needed according to the social needs and social changes. Needs, ability and level of the student should be kept in mind. Course, unit, topic, lesson plan, everything should be contributing to the total development of the students. Objectives should be easily accepted and understood by the teacher and learner. Objectives have to be stated in by making it possible to maintain continuity, sequence, correlation and integration of learning activity. Objectives should be cooperatively planned and developed by all teachers and by the teacher and student whenever and wherever possible. Objectives are so worded that each statement contains only a single objective. Objectives not be too detailed. While planning objective, the scheme of evaluation may have to be planned and developed. So this is about the guidelines of preparing educational objective. Next, we can see the steps in the formulation of educational objectives. So first of all, what you have to do is identify the needs of the learner. What is needed for the student, whether it is a BSc nursing student or a MSc nursing student or a diploma student. Identify the needs of the society. So from a BSc nursing student, what is expected by the society, that we have to understand. Study the suggestions of the expert. So the guidelines, the principles which is to be followed when you are writing the educational objective, that should be followed by the student or the teacher. Then formulate the philosophy. So first of all, when we are preparing the curriculum, the first thing is preparation of the philosophy. So in the previous lesson, we have already stated how to prepare the philosophy. So that we have to consider. Next is the State the objectives inferred or gathered from various sources in a proper way. So for BSc Nursing, what are the objectives which is needed? What are the subject matters which is needed that we will be writing down in by gathering from different area, that maybe we will be following the foreign university or other university. What are the objectives which is set for their BSc Nursing students? So we will be gathering the objectives from different sources. Formulate a theory of learning, that means one after the another, or how the proceedings or the procedure of a sequence should be there, that we will be understanding based on the theory of learning. Next is screen the objectives through educational philosophy and educational psychology. So after gathering all objectives, we will be seeing whether it is needed for our institution, whether it is needed for our university. So that we will be screening the objectives and according to the level of the students. Then define the objectives clearly in terms of content. So each objective will be writing down like behavior aspect and the content aspect we will be defining. Okay, like behavioral objective we have to specify, and we have to specify the content, two things which is needed in any objective that we will be specifying, and state the educational objectives in terms of behavioral outcomes or changes. Then after that we will be writing the educational objectives in terms of outcome and change, that is what the expectations and the content we will be writing down. So this is the steps in formulation of educational objectives. So hope you all are clear. I'm stopping now, and one more activity is given in this particular after this particular video. Okay, thank you.